see you again. I miss you. Do you miss me or not?
I think I'm okay, yeah. But maybe you can tell us more about our profile for RenovAID today?
Well, today we have Mdm Shanthi. She's in her 60s. She's the sole caregiver for her 23-year-old daughter, Vathi, who has Down syndrome and is currently recovering from a medical condition.
Tell us more about how they maintain their home.
Well, she is maintaining her daily routine of cleaning her 3-room flat despite a right foot injury 13 years ago from a bad fall.
So in that case, maybe we can focus on future-proofing their home and ensure that Mdm Shanthi can get around her home easily.
Sounds like a plan.
So shall we go out?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Before I married, already come back from my mother-in-law house. We all big family. We gather there. But the house not enough. After 1999, we buy this house. That time I pregnant. We need the house. We never do any renovation, anything. I come here after 6 months, Bhagavati will be born. When she born before, doctor told me she's a Down syndrome. We never heard this one, special child. Suddenly comes to our own life. I really shocked. Starting time, she don't know how to talk. Suddenly, 5th birthday, the medical problem come. That's why my husband CPF money, whatever we have, jewelries, all we spend for the treatment. Suddenly, my husband also passed away. Stroke. Very hard to her. Because that time Bhagavati also so small girl. After my husband passed away, also still I going to treatment because I don't want to give up Bhagavati. Thank God, now she's okay, everything. I'm doing the part-time job, working in the Giant cashier, Monday to Friday, 5 to 6 hours. I'd be tired. Nowadays, I also getting old. Cooking, cleaning the house, because must clean everything because of the Bhagavati condition. Now 2011, I fall down. Then the bone is cracked, the leg. They asked me to go to operation. Then who will take care of Bhagavati? I cannot, first of all. I cannot live without her. First, very good. Stand straight. Back bone straight. She's my life, yes. One Bhagavati, my daughter. She's the one. So I always pray to God. Tomorrow must be wake up. Every day, whatever she comes, she happy, I am happy, enough. That's the thing.
The one at the end, right? Hi, Mdm Shanthi.
Hi, Mdm Shanthi.
Please come.
Hello.
Please come.
Thank you.
Hi, Mas Vathi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's a lot of memories, a lot of things around the house. I see photographs and these trophies.
Okay, so this one is from Games Day, 3rd prize.
Yeah, acoustic.
You can play hockey.
Yeah.
So she does work, she does her sports, she enjoys herself, she eats well. But your leg and mobility issues is not very good.
I'm doing the part-time job. 6 hours I'm walking. I come back, my legs swollen.
Can you tell us the living room? There's a table there. Does
My
Vathi-
table.
This is your
My
table, is
cannot
it?
touch as office.
My own, my mother's.
Her office. Shall we take a look around the house?
Come, darling.
Show us.
Go. Say, okay, show.
The living room is different from the tiles here, and it's also not the kitchen. So what is this space?
Actually, the kitchen. Because of Bhagavati, she want to play the, the moving one.
Oh, walker.
Walker.
The walker.
In the past, this is also her playground. If we say remove this cupboard to make it bigger, is that okay?
The cupboard take out, open area, I can see TV also can.
From the kitchen, you still can watch our
Yeah,
Bhagavati working in her office.
Yeah. This is my kitchen.
So this is where you usually cut your ingredients.
Yes, then
And then
wash
that's the
here.
kitchen sink. Pots and pans are all there as well. So what's in those cupboards?
Oil.
Much oil.
Okay.
Too many inside.
These are the things that you use every day. But the things that you rarely use, you put on top.
On top.
But even when you rarely need to use it, on the day that you need to use it, you need to climb.
Yeah, of course.
Does the washing machine work?
No, only spinning only work.
What is the bricks there?
Binging the spring go down.
Oh. So it is.
So it dangles,
is faulty.
sort of. Okay.
The sliding door also needs
Also
a bit of
broken,
work.
yeah.
One of the taps don't work, is it?
Yeah,
one,
the
is
one,
it?
no.
This one.
The budget is very high.
Okay.
I cannot afford
Okay, Bagodi.
The upper room.
upper room. Yeah.
Bagodi, tell us whose room is this?
My father,
Your father's room, but who sleeps here?
I sleep, Mother sleep.
So for now, you sleep on the floor, is it?
Yeah.
Then Bagodi sleeps on top.
No. We two
Mine is
sleep together.
Both of you all sleep on the
Yeah.
floor.
Because the one broken, the bed all damaged already.
I suggest, can we get a queen size bed?
Yeah.
So I think you sleep on top better.
Yeah,
so when
yeah,
you
yeah.
come down, it's
Yeah,
easier.
can easier, yes.
Okay. What about the TV here? Is it?
No,
are
dear,
we
I told you
using-
right just now, Bhagavati always watching the other channel,
Outside, okay.
Because I always crazy about 9 o'clock Chinese program.
You like Chinese drama?
You don't know, oh, nice man, very nice. I like.
I have a suggestion. By the time we leave, you will be able to watch television.
Sure.
And you can watch RenovAID as your first show on this the new television.
Sure.
We also have another room
Yeah.
next to it, right? What is that?
This is the puja room.
Prayer room.
The prayer room.
We come inside, Bhagavati and I big size. Very difficult how to sit down and pray. Because I thought this one move here, then we sit down here and do.
So you want to keep the same altar?
No, change the new one also better. Because if you take already, it's sure broken.
Madam Shanthi, I think we got somewhat of an idea of what you
Okay,
want for your house.
Okay.
I know that you don't want black. I know that you just need things to be safe and anti-slip for Bhagavati.
Sure. Thank you so much.
You worry about Bhagavati. No. You handle Bhagavati, we will handle your house. Deal?
Yeah.
Deal, Okay. What struck me in particular during the walkthrough was that Madam Shanthi was very high in spirits despite the fact that a lot of appliances in the home were not in good working condition.
This one now totally cannot.
We get the idea. Only 1 out of 3 working.
You can tell that this is someone that loves the place that they live in. There's a lot of gratefulness, even down to her attitude. It's just really about living simply and living life to the fullest. And she lives for her daughter.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This one all I never think about that. All dreams come true for Bhagavati.
I know that you love Bhagavati a lot, but sometimes it's also for you. You also put in a lot of work. You went through a lot in life. It's a reward. The biggest change Madam Shanthi could use is that a lot of the items and the layout of the home was designed around Bhagavati's age. She probably was 5 years old at the time or even younger. But now that she's a lot older, we can ensure that the home is a future-proof for Bhagavati and also Madam Shanthi.
Designer should be here any moment.
Actually, I don't think we need a designer. After doing so many episodes, I think you can manage on your own.
Hi, Mami. Hi, Das.
Hello,
Nice
hello.
to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm Jason from Young's Inspiration.
Oh, she's the designer.
Not me, not
you,
me.
you. Okay, so are you excited?
Of course.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, Madam Shanthi.
Okay, this is our interior designer, Jason. So we will show him around the house and you can go and take a rest like the
Yeah,
meantime.
sure.
Where we're at, it's the living room and it leads all the way to the kitchen. We were discussing with Madam Shanthi, the cupboard can actually be halved so that she can see what's going around in the living room. She can spot Vathi as well and watch her TV.
We'll try not to have any cabinet. We propose to bring the cupboards to the left and right.
I think Madam Shanthi has also shared with us that the floor has become a bit more slippery these days.
This is actually on marble flooring. We can actually repolish and regrout it. Can look into matte finishing from that. The other option is vinyl flooring. It will be better on the grip. Maintenance-wise, it's much more easier.
All right.
Yeah.
I love this space. Can still smell the whiff of the
Fish head curry.
fish head curry that she has cooked.
There's a bit of appliances. Quite risky also because it's actually blocking the entrance. I might propose better storage area from her to put the stuff.
The cupboards here, especially the ones up top, are harder to reach.
She has shared with us that there was a time where she climbed and she actually fell down, almost hit her head. I feel like the common theme is everything should be low-level accessible. All the frequently used items are stored here.
I'll change a bit of the layout.
This is Madam Shanthi and Vathi's room. I believe Madam Shanthi and Vathi, they actually sleep on the floor. I'm not sure how we can rearrange things.
Storage is an issue. We might look at those chest drawer, cabinet storage. We can also do an L-shaped wardrobe. We can look at carpentry storage with drawers underneath the bed.
One last thing we need to explore, and that would be the prayer room actually. I think that would be the most personal and private to Madam Shanthi.
It's actually horizontal facing there. She wanted to turn it and make it face here. So she's okay to have a smaller prayer altar.
We can actually explore using carpentry to see what's the needs of current designs.
This arc over here, I'm wondering, leading up to the prayer room, is there a way to create like a partition wall, for example, to give like Madam Shanthi and Vathi some privacy? Because at the end of the day, this room's gonna be rented out.
Maybe the entrance to this room could be over there.
Be the other side, yeah.
So we can actually explore to change the doorway to the front part.
Let's take a look around this space. There are 2 double-decker beds. This entire room is currently being rented out. Let's have a discussion outside to see how we can make this entire area more accessible and convenient.
Madam Shanthi's intention is to rent the room out to 2 people. She actually has an intention of not working anymore from next year onwards. So there will be a huge loss of income for her. So she's hoping that she can just rent out and try to maximize on that because her legs are really, really giving out.
What sort of designs would be the most feasible and versatile?
Practicality is just a bed and a storage. Just keep it simple. I'll get back to you when we get back to the presentation in my office.
Das will be taking a look at your presentation.
You're so lucky you got me, not Naomi.
Excuse me!
Oh, okay.
Well, honestly, I cannot wait to see the looks on Madam Shanthi and Vathi's face like when they come back to a new home.
The biggest challenge I think for this reno is the tenant room because we have to fit into tenant based on their storage. I'll work it out and plan accordingly. I will show you on the next presentation.
It's been a little over a week since we met Madam Shanthi and Bhagavati, and I'm looking forward to meet our interior designer Jason to see what he has come up for their home. Let's go. Hello Jason, how are you?
Josh.
I'm very, very excited to see your design. Can we take a look at it?
Sure.
Wow, okay.
Madam Shanthi actually likes grey, so we're actually going for a bit of wabi-sabi, means more beigey colors and more white.
This is where they are going to do the dining. Is there a storage area by any chance?
So the settee comes with a storage as well, so it's easier for convenience for her to actually reach out to the staff. Even the study table below, we actually created a lot of storage for her to access easier. For the kitchen, Madam Shanthi requests for something that can look at Vathi when she is cooking. So we actually created a glass door for the kitchen area.
I feel like the flow of the home is very good. You can literally see one end of the home from the other end, which I really appreciate on your part.
Let's go to the kitchen. For the cabinet, we actually created a step up for her in the event that she requires to actually get something in the high point. Madam Shanthi flooring is on a smaller tiles. For this new look, decided to use a bigger tiles because she do not require to wash the floor anymore. She can just simply mop the floor. So this is actually the kitchen flooring.
A bit rough,
Yeah.
which is good in the sense, it's anti-slip. How about the tiles outside at the living room?
We actually created a difference for the living room. We're actually going for vinyl flooring. So this is actually the vinyl flooring. Remember, Madam Shanthi house is actually on marble flooring. There's no grout line. For this new look, we actually chose a bigger vinyl tiles that's like lesser grout.
I'm glad that you retained that concept where there is less grout lines, easier to maintain. Okay, this is really nice, the tenant room. But could the entrance to the room be nearer to the main entrance?
After a lot of considerations, I still prefer it to be actually retained to the existing doorway because space itself is quite limited for the room.
I'm also suggesting if we can have one cupboard per tenant, like National Service.
In the event that Madam Shanthi and Vathi decided to move to this room, she is still able to actually use it. So she don't feel like she's staying in the National Service itself.
Okay. Okay, is there any way that we can try our best to make sure that the entrance is here?
Okay, just let's explore on this. So the wardrobe will be here. Let's get a doorway out.
What are your constraints at the moment with this design?
You have issue bringing the queen size bed if the wardrobe is in the center of the room.
If it's not built in, it's okay. The bonus about it not being built in is we can always change the configuration later. A food for thought and a very strong suggestion from my part. But however, if you feel like your method still makes sense from a design and expert perspective, then I'm happy to respect that. We can take a look at the altar space. Okay, so this is not very Indian design, but at least the configuration is correct.
I actually spoke to Mdm Shanthi whether she's okay to actually have a built-in carpentry from that. So she said it's fine as long as she can put her prayer stuff.
One thing I appreciate about you is you did check in with Mdm Shanthi on a lot of the things before we met and not assuming what she likes or dislikes. I'm very happy with what we have seen today. I mean, I'm thinking that we should change the entrance to the tenants' room, but I trust that you have made your own very educated judgment on that.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I met Jason, the interior designer for Mdm Shanthi's home, and I threw a bit of a hissy fit, and I think I got what I want. You couldn't have done it yourself.
A bit of a hissy fit.
Oh, where are the volunteers?
Where are they?
They are over there. Hi.
Come on over.
Are you all ready for today's move out?
Yes!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Hi, hello, hi.
Okay, our volunteers are here.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Yeah, can.
Let's go.
All in boxes one, if they want. Step up and then put two or three people. This empty carton move out. Loading car, warehouse. Then the bed needs to dismantle and bring it below.
Come, I will help you. You watch your step, watch your step.
This prayer room, Das and Mdm Shanthi, I will handle her. Can you all help me to step it up?
Looks like a lot of things are still being used. Like, there's not much to really throw away. So maybe we could speak to her to see what she wants to saw at the warehouse.
Honestly, in my opinion, this was the toughest move out.
Really?
This was the
How
toughest.
so for you?
They had a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff were still being used.
Mdm Shanthi is very house proud. So far, we've never had to stop and stare at a certain object and think, okay, do we throw it away? Do we keep it? Mdm Shanthi, all these things, oh sorry love, you can put them, all these things you need to keep or you want to throw?
No, this one all keep.
All keep, right?
Mdm Shanthi,
Yeah.
actually what I feel is you're keeping a lot of stuff.
Okay.
We don't have enough space.
Okay, so with items like the blender, for example, I think these things can be kept because I can see that you use this quite often. So maybe we can come to a compromise. Hey, yeah, anyone has newspaper?
哎，你们帮他一下啊，把这个东西搬上去。
Another challenge was that dealing with Bhagavati's little tantrum. When Mdm Shanthi is okay to throw things away, Bhagavati will snatch it and say, this is mine and I want it.
Yeah, mine. I can take.
I will make some eye contact with Mdm Shanthi, then she will just signal to me that we will keep it for now, and then later when Bhagavati leaves, then we will throw away. Okay. Why are you upset? Talk to me. You want that table, is it? Okay. Then we get you a new nice table, you don't want? Very nice. We get you a very nice table, do you want? Let's give her some space. Just to appease Bhagavati, we are putting it here. But later Mdm Shanthi will sort it out again and throw a lot of things out. The worst thing today was Mdm Shanthi almost lost her personal belongings. And then Bhagavati had a meltdown about her water bottle, which was...
Saturday, Sunday they bring back. The Saturday, Sunday they bring back. Okay. Any bag inside, white color bag?
help me find your water bottle in the house?
You want purple color, right? I buy for you. I buy for you.
Our number.
So I literally followed our town council workers to the main dustbin center.
And everything all through. Rubbish.
Okay. Wait, Oh, is that the machine already?
Yeah.
And he said everything is already in a shredder. We are doomed. You know, sometimes we need to remember that Bhagavati is like a kid, like a child, and I felt like she lost control over everything. So she just needed that bottle to reassure her. Okay, sit down, we are finding. Sit down, we are finding. I really had this thought that we may not have been able to complete this today. Do you think that?
No, I actually didn't.
Very optimistic, Naomi.
You're very concerned about Bhagavati.
Of course.
You even offered her like the ice cream, and after a while, you could kind of see the different layers to Bhagavati. Like she did need a little bit of attention as well. She needed some care and concern.
I will be a good co-host and ask her if she needs help.
As a funny person, it really does help in these kind of situations. Because I didn't want to go and lecture anybody. Logic is out the window when you are very emotional. I'm not sure if the camera caught it, but Bhagavati was crying and I was making jokes and she laughed and she didn't want to give me the satisfaction of the fact that she found me funny. Let me see. Why are you peeking? You are laughing. Are you laughing? Show me your face. So those are moments that I will remember. I may not remember how difficult the move-in was or even the tantrums. I'll remember these little moments where we try to facilitate and help this process be slightly easier for them.
You can throw the okay.
If I throw, I put it in the trash bag already.
Okay, you clear the table. You can move. You can move.
15 minutes to final check. 15 minutes to final check. I want to clear the whole house.
So this is my first RenovAID experience and I think it's quite eye-opening.
Okay, I leave it outside first. Thank you.
I hope both of them can come back to a very clean and bright house.
Madam Shanthi, Bhagavati, you all have done so well today. Let's take one final look.
Okay.
How do you feel today actually?
Starting time bit nervous. Thanks you all. You all make me finish. Because starting time I don't know how to do. I don't know so many stuff in my house. Now only I know.
Bye-bye. Thank you, house. See you
Thank
soon.
you. Yeah, sure.
Bye.
So soon we coming back.
Same address, different house.